Hi, my name is Dean Sickler. I'm the Commercial Education Specialist at Golden Paintworks. Today I'd like to show you how to repair Venetian plaster after patching. Okay, so I made this patch here, and now you want to make sure that it's absolutely flush with the surface. Use a sanding block if you can. Make sure it does not project above the plane of the surface of the Venetian plaster. Okay, and then take some sandpaper, no lower than 320 grit sandpaper, so 400, 600, that would all work. Don't start with like 150 grit. This is 320. I want to feather around all the edges. There we go. Dust it off. Okay. Then use a high quality primer that's been thinned down a little bit with a good brush. This has to be primed, okay? It won't look the same as the rest of the plaster if you don't prime it. It absorbs moisture at a different rate, so it won't burnish the same. Okay, so go around all the edges. Make sure you feather off the edges. You don't leave any ridge lines. There, now we'll just let this dry for about 30 minutes. Okay, once the primer is dry, you want to take a very clean 5-inch blade spatula here. Make sure there's no scratches or dings on the edge of the blade here. Okay. Take a small amount of the plaster and just float a patch over this. Okay, nice and feathered. Okay, now let this dry. And you can certainly use a hair dryer to speed things up. Okay, now once this coat is dry, you want to apply another coat. This time very thin, but try not to burnish. Okay, then smooth it all out. And I will let that one dry. And again, you can use a hair dryer. Okay, that's good. Now, at this point, you can use the same tool that you used to apply it in the first place, or you can continue using the spatula. I'm going to try it a little bit both ways. Now I'm going to float right over that patch as if I was applying it the first time. You want to kind of weave it in to the texture that's there. Okay? And then go over it, give it a slight burnish. Okay? Now I'll let this set up and I'll burnish it one more time. Okay, and there we go. Perfect patch, perfectly blended in.